Sean Pickford, he's going to bring us Sun Joe. And Sean Pickford is our do-it-yourself guy, and this happens to be a 2-in-1 handheld and long handle tiller and cultivator. What is the short answer on this? If you need to dig, if you need to prepare the soil for something that you're going to grow, I love that I'm going to put these on. They made, it's pretty funny. You need this. Also, not only do you need this because it's going to make quick work of your digging, and you can do it in the soil, but I understand you can also do it in containers, but you're also getting the 24-volt battery. And I say that because if you have any of the Joe products, and I have like 5 of them at least, the 24-volt battery will work on this. It will work on if you have a blower. It'll work on if you have like a little weed trimmer, which I have as well. So that 24-volt battery works with their whole family of Sun and Snow Joe items. Right now it's M94539. That's your item number, $34 off the regular price. So we should be $194. Right now we're under $160, and we're 3 easy payments of $53.33. It is about 6.2 pounds, and once you get it in your hands, you're off to the races. I'm going to welcome in Sean Pickford because he's got the demonstrations where he is of how we're going to use this handheld and long telescoping tiller. Hi there.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? Good to see you this afternoon.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, it's great to be out in the garden, great to be out in the yard. So maybe you've already planted your flowers and your plants and you need to turn over the mulch a little bit. Well, I need to get some weeding done here too. So it's real easy to just put it in there, let those little blades get down there and churn up the weeds. I can go back in between the plants and the bushes without damaging anything. But look how well it does a fantastic job, Rachel, of just turning over that soil and making everything look new. And then again, pulling out the weeds where you get them at the root, okay? So that's how well it does weeding, because these guys act like mixing blades, all right? So when they go round and round, all right, you can see they kind of go back and forth is really what they're doing, all right? So think of them as like a mixer where they're turning like this. That's kind of how they work. So they get down in there and they dig down into the soil, so they allow you to cultivate everything, whether it's just, and they're powerful, and they do all the work and you don't have to.
Yeah.
But what's even more special about it is you can convert this guy from the long pole that you have there, and I'll do that in a second here,
let's see
down to a handheld. So all I'm doing is taking the center pole out, all right, this piece here, then I'm putting this back in here, all right? So then when you have pieces like I have here, and you need to cultivate raised flower beds and dig in pots and stuff like that, now look. So if I didn't have anything in here and I wanted to turn this over or plant some bulbs, I'm not trying to stick some long-handled thing that doesn't work. This is the perfect height now to be able to do all my handheld gardening work for you. Raised flower beds for your planters, maybe things that are on your deck and patio that are raised up a little bit. This is perfect for doing that, and it still does a great job weeding in the handheld mode.
I love it. You know, and Sun Joe and Snow Joe, all the Joe products, these 24-volt batteries, how many different devices or actually kind of tools will the 24-volt battery work on, Sean?
So here on QVC alone, Rachel, we have over 100 different tools that this will work on.
Yeah.
So we've made it so that it's universal, because you don't want to have to buy a different battery for every tool.
Right.
So they all interchange. They all work the same. They all have great power. This one even comes with a warranty, which is awesome, as all our Joe tools do. So if I want to get right up near the root, turn this over, I can do that. It's really precise. I want to go right back to the stones, I can do that. If I want to get up under the plants where there's a little bit of stuff growing and weeds, I can do that as well for cultivating. So right now, this time of year, it's great for weeding, but it's also great for turning over mulch that looks like it's all dried out because the sun's been baking it. So yeah, this does a fantastic job with that. And look, I can get into all the tight spaces, and that's what I really like. Again, you get those weeds, just drag that right through there. It churns up those weeds. It's right down into the root. So, and it's very well balanced. If I really wanted to use just one hand to do that, I could. But look, I get right up to the root ball of the plant, turn that over. In a matter of seconds, your garden, your flower beds, everything look brand new. It did all the weeding for you.
I love it that it did all the work. And again, because you've got that long handle, you were doing the weeding and you're standing up. Like that was one point that you said, right, that I was like, wait a minute, if I'm going to come around front. basically Sean Pickford said, here's how I'm weeding. I'm using this tiller, and I'm not, let me turn this on. I'm using the tiller, and guess what I'm not doing? I'm not bending down. And yet I am weeding, and you said I was able to weed and even get out the taproot. So instead of being down on my hands and knees, I've got this guy doing all the work, and that seems really cool. In terms of weight, it's about 6 pounds. And Sean, because it's rechargeable, tell us what I do when I get it home. What do you want me to do when I get this home?
So when you get it home, you're going to already have a charge on the battery. You can use it. All you're going to do is put the pole pieces together. There's actually going to be a little rubber tip on the ends of the pole, so pull that little piece off, and it's plug and play. You can't make a mistake on this. So put the 2 pieces together, adjust your little handle here. I have it set because I'm about 6 feet tall, so this is a perfect angle for me. Then you're going to hit this button here. This is the release. This turns the button on, and then watch. Everything starts rotating and going back and forth, so you can see how well these guys work. All right, I never have to worry about sharpening the blades. I never have to worry about replacing them. And as long as my battery has juice, this is going to work. So no gas, no oil, no hassle.
No hassle. And I do want you to know this is something that Sun Joe does. You can press this and it's not going to go on. You have to activate it by pulling this button. Correct. So that's another thing. It's just a safety measure that I love that Sun Joe does on all of the many of their tools, at least that I presented. So you've got to do 2 things in order for it to get going. And that means that, you know, you're purposefully turning it on. As Sean Pickford said, right? I'm down here, I'm using this, and I'm weeding, and here's what I'm not on. I'm not on my knees. I'm not using a little mat. I'm not on a little stool and breaking my back. I'm not bending down. I'm doing this, and I can really get in there and get around to where I need. And because it's only about 6 pounds, it's not something where I'm like, oh, wow, I'm super tired. And also, I love it because, Sean, you know me, I love instant gratification. So this really, you get to get in there, and instantly you've turned over the ground. I love the idea of actually refreshing all the mulch that we've put down that gets a little like that brown mulch that turns a little too super faded. You can flip it over, get that like bright brown on the underside. It's M94539, not $194. We're under $160, so we're $34 off right now in this moment. 3 easy payments of $53.33. All of our items, of course, here on QVC have 30 days for you to love it or return it. Get it home, try it. If you don't love it, send it back. But if you're somebody who spends time out in your yard, you take pride in your yard, we know for a fact that the landscape of your home actually increases the value of your home.
Yes, it does.
Then this is one of those ways that instead of hiring somebody, you get to do everything you need to do. It's kind of one of those smart kind of investments for you to make sure that your outdoor space looks as beautiful as you want it to look, and you're doing it on a budget. Thank you so much, Sean Pickford.
Thank you. Good to see you.
I appreciate you. Nice to see you, friend.